What's going on YouTube? Dr. Ironbat Prime 2.0 back again with a new video, and as you hit this video, this is my top 10 Mandalorians in the world of Star Wars, because I figured I'd do this because it has been over a month since the Mandalorian series came to an end, and I'll admit, it is one of my favorite shows. I love it, it's great, it's one of my top 5. I love it and enjoy it that much. It is freaking good, and I love it. I mean, if you haven't seen it, watch it, because the Mandalorians and characters I'm going to be talking about have a little bit of some spoilers, so if you're not caught up with Mandalorian or haven't seen any bit of Star Wars canon things or any of that, and then learn some Star Wars, learn about the Mandalorians, and then come back and watch this video. But for this video, I figured I'd talk about my top 10 favorite Mandalorians, because they're starting to become one of my favorite things in the world of Star Wars. I love the show, and I'm just all around a fan of it, and I'm ready to just talk about my top 10. But with that out of the way, let's see what Mandalorians made the list. Taking the 10th spot on the list is the Armorer. Even though this is a character that's only been around for like a couple episodes of Mandalorian, there's a really good reason why the Armorer made the list. She basically has a thing for forging armors, weapons for many Mandalorians. She's a formidable fighter, and she knows a lot about Mandalore. And I just hope that we get a chance to see this character return in Season 3 of Mandalorian. And that alone should prove that, well, she's good enough to make the top 10. So I just hope that we get to see her return in the future. Taking the 9th spot on the list is the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. Even though this is a character that we don't know a lot about, and we've only got to see him in like one episode of Mandalorian, there's kind of a big reason why I had to put him on the list. Even though we only got to see a little bit of action with this guy, I like how he carries a really cool weapon. He, made a good point on living underground. Heck, I'm pretty sure this guy would do a lot of damage when he's in a really badass fight scene. And not to mention, he was played by Jon Favreau himself, aka one of the directors / creators of Mandalorian. And I just really hope that we get to see him return in Season 3, because, I mean, there's a lot of characters that have appeared in that show that I feel like deserve story arcs and everything, and I think this character deserves an arc. Taking the 8th spot is Saxon. This guy might be more considered a villain, but he's more anti-hero than you think, because of many reasons. This was a character that's more considered to be an anti-hero of Mandalorians, and I like the fact that he once worked for Darth Maul, had a thing for Mandalore. Heck, even though he would work for the Emperor in the end, he was just a cool and interesting character. And not to mention, I love his armor because, I'm a sucker for black and red, and also I just like how he's a character that would work for Darth Maul, Darth Sidious, and he's just an overall interesting character to appear in both the Clone Wars and Rebels when it comes to the world of Star Wars. So there's that on why he made the list. Number 7 on the list goes to Privisla. This is a character from Clone Wars that, a lot of Star Wars fans would recognize. This is a character that had a thing for ruling Mandalore, and also, had a thing for wielding the Darksaber, put up one hell of a fight with Obi-Wan Kenobi, and let's just say he, had a cool thing for just, being an excellent fighter. And now y'all know why he made the list. Because, formidable fighter, even though he lost to Darth Maul and, he would no longer rule Mandalore, that makes him, sure he's not in top 5, but again, he deserves a spot on this list, and, I feel like he, deserves to be, on the list. 6th spot on the list goes to Tarvisla. There's honestly not a lot to say about him, but there's a really good reason why Tarvisla made the list, and why I had to put him on the list. He was once the ruler of Mandalore. He was, once gifted with the power of the Force, and he's the one responsible for creating the Darksaber, which we've seen a lot of characters use. He's basically the first and only Mandalorian to wield the Force, create his own lightsaber / the Darksaber, and once ruled Mandalore, and is the one responsible for, well, Mandalorians wearing their T-shaped helmets. And overall, I really can't wait to just see this character in like live action, animated, or just anything in the world of Star Wars, because there's just so much to unpack with this character. Halfway at number 5 is Bo-Katan Kryze. She's an overall excellent fighter, she's a badass. I mean, there's a lot to say with Bo-Katan. This is a Mandalorian that a lot of people would know from Clone Wars and Rebels. She first became a member of the Death Watch, but she would also be, well, one of the rulers of Mandalore wielding the Darksaber. And heck, we even got to see her in live action in The Mandalorian. I mean, she even forged her own armor, and she was, born on Mandalore. That alone proves that she deserves a spot on this list, and why, well, she's a pretty popular character in the world of Star Wars. Number 4 on the list goes to Sabine Wren. I'll admit, Star Wars Rebels is not 100% my favorite thing to watch, but I do enjoy some things here and there, like some of the characters, and Sabine's one of those characters I enjoyed. Even though this is a character that would break the rules, not follow orders, she was very artistic, she had a thing for being a part of Mandalorians, and she was pretty much the Raphael of the rebellions from, well, Star Wars Rebels. And heck, I just hope that we get to see her in live action in Mandalorian. And not to mention, she likes to blow stuff up, and she's very artistic, and, well, even she too was born on Mandalore, so yeah, that's good enough to say that she deserves a spot on this list, and, well, why I had to put her somewhere in top 5. So there's that, and like I said, I really can't wait to see her in action in, well, The Mandalorian. Number 3 goes to Jango Fett. Now, I know what a lot of you are going to comment, and I know what y'all are going to say. If you've seen Clone Wars, and I know y'all are going to roast me in the comments and bring this up.
I recently encountered a man who wore Mandalorian armor. Jango Fett.
Jango Fett was a common bounty hunter. How he acquired that armor is beyond me.
That means Jango Fett was never 100% Mandalorian. He was just a bounty hunter that, that stole or found Mandalorian armor and just used it to be a bounty hunter. But there's kind of a good reason why I had to put him in really high on the list. But he was very skilled with many different Mandalorian weapons, knew how to use his armor, and heck, I just hope that maybe later in the future we get like a backstory with Jango Fett. And he even fought in some Mandalorian wars, and I feel like that's enough to say that, well, he deserves a spot on this list. I mean, again, sure, he's not 100% Mandalorian, along with his clone/son, but I feel like he deserves a spot, and if anyone deserves to wear Mandalorian armor, I feel like Jango Fett deserves it. Number 2 on the list goes to Boba Fett. Sure, he's another character that's not 100% Mandalorian, but he was raised by bounty hunters, he was a popular character in the original Star Wars episodes. Heck, he's the reason all Mandalorians exist. I mean, this is the Mandalorian that started it all. I mean, he first started off in the originals, and he was just a really cool and interesting bounty hunter, and there's just a lot more to unpack. I mean, again, Boba Fett's just a popular character, and he's the reason Mandalorians exist, and he's the first one to, like, start it all off. I mean, heck, he was raised by bounty hunters, and his story's about to expand later on in the future. And I'm just looking forward to seeing him in, well, the Book of Boba Fett when it comes, well, at the end of this year. And I am beyond excited for that. So, the more you know. And taking top spot at number 1 is Din Djarin. Hands down, one of my favorite characters in the world of Star Wars because of so many reasons. I mean, there's just a lot to unpack with Din Djarin. I mean, he's a badass, he's a bounty hunter, he is awesome. I mean, the Mandalorian is just one of the reasons this guy exists, and he is just an all-around gunslinging character, and I just can't wait to see what he does next in the future of Mandalorian and the future of Star Wars. I mean, if you haven't seen Mandalorian, what the hell? you need to watch that show, because that shows the reason, like, I'm doing this video and why Din Djarin is, like, top of the list. Heck, he's one of my favorite characters in the world of Star Wars, and I just can't wait to see what happens to him next in the future of, like, Season 3 of Mandalorian, and heck, maybe we'll get Season 4, and who knows. I'm just overall loving the character, love his story arc of how he was raised by Mandalorians, and, well, I'm just overall love the character a lot. And that alone says it all. And that's my top 10 of Mandalorians. But before I end the video, I do have some honorable mentions to add in. So here are the honorable mentions. As for the honorable mentions, those would be Duchess Satine Kryze, Finn Ryu, Mandalore the Ultimate, and Mandalore the Preserver. So thank you all for watching. I really hope you liked the video, really hope you agree with my list. Your list might be more different than mine. If it is, that's okay, and that's understanding. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So, I just want to say thank you all for watching and listening to me talk about Mandalorians, and I'll admit, I'm just looking forward to more Star Wars stuff, more Mandalorian stuff, and just thanks for watching and listening to me, well, talk about Mandalore and Mandalorians. But overall, just to wrap it up on the video, thanks again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed yet, along with hitting the bell so that way you are notified whenever I upload my next video. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up so I know you like this video or even love it, and don't forget to, well, hit the comments. I'm always reading comments right down there. And also, don't forget to follow me on social media, and I might follow you guys back. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, CosplayMino, TikTok, all my social media names right here, so follow me. I just might follow you guys back. But until my next video, this is, well, Dr. Armbad Prime 2.0 signing out, and see you all in my next video, and, well, as Mandalorians would say, this is the way.